ask you something from the heart. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything your doctor told you to do? Taking that walk every single evening, faithfully trying to get your 10,000 steps in. But when you look in the mirror or try to lift something you used to handle with ease, you just feel weaker? If that feeling sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not alone in this. Not at all. But here is the sad and urgent truth. For many of us in our golden years, relying only on walking isn't just ineffective. It can create a dangerous, false sense of security. While you're out there walking, your precious muscle mass can still be silently vanishing day by day. This slow, unnoticed loss is what puts you at a much higher risk for a devastating fall. A single accident that could steal your independence for good. And here's the nightmare that no one talks about. This quiet muscle loss is happening to millions of well-meaning seniors who think they're doing everything right. As a doctor who has spent over 30 years treating thousands of older patients, I'm here to tell you something that might be shocking. Your daily walk by itself is not enough to protect you. But, and this is the most important part, the good news is that there is a better way. With just 2 simple exercises you can do right in the comfort of your own home, you can begin to rebuild that vital strength much faster than you ever thought possible. I will never forget my patient, John, a sharp, 72-year-old retired engineer. He walked 5 miles every single day, like clockwork. But one afternoon, he stumbled while playing with his granddaughter in the yard, and he couldn't get back up on his own. That moment absolutely crushed him. He had done everything he was told to do. So why did he feel so helpless? In this video, I won't just show you the 2 simple exercises that helped John get his power and his confidence back. I'm also going to expose 3 extremely popular exercises that you may be doing right now. Exercises that are silently destroying your joints. And please, make sure you watch until the very end, because the 3rd dangerous exercise I'll reveal is one that, shockingly, most personal trainers still recommend to seniors. The information in that final section could save you, or someone you love, from months of unnecessary pain. Before we dive in, I truly want to know how many of us have felt this way. If what I've just described sounds familiar to you, please take a moment to comment a simple yes below. It helps me understand what you're going through, and more importantly, it shows others in our community that they are not alone. Okay, let's get started. Alright, now that we understand the problem, let's get to the solution. We're going to start with the 2 golden exercises that can truly begin to turn back the clock on muscle loss. The first one is wonderfully simple, and all you need is a wall. Exercise number 1. The wall push-up. So many people believe that walking is enough to keep their upper body strong. But I need you to understand, walking is a gentle movement. It doesn't send a strong enough signal to the muscles in your chest, your shoulders, or your arms. The very muscles you rely on to push open a heavy door, to catch yourself if you stumble, or even to push yourself up from the floor. The truth is, when you walk, you're only asking those muscles to work at about 20 to 30% of what they're capable of. It's simply not enough of a challenge to tell your body, hey, we need to build strength here. Here is why this becomes so critical as we age. Our bodies become more resistant to change. They need a clearer, louder signal to start the muscle building process. The wall push-up is that loud, clear signal. When you perform this simple movement, you're activating those same upper body muscles at 60 to 70% of their capacity. That's more than double the signal. Scientifically, what you're doing is creating tiny, safe, microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. Now, that might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually perfect. It's the body's response to these micro tears, repairing them and rebuilding them even stronger than before, that creates new muscle. Think about your daily life for a moment. Do you ever feel a strain in your arm when carrying a full bag of groceries? Or do you find that opening a stubborn jar has become a real struggle? Those aren't just little annoyances. They are symptoms. They are your body's way of telling you that the strength in your upper body is fading. This is the very weakness that the wall push-up is designed to reverse. And this isn't just a theory. A groundbreaking study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity took a group of seniors and had them do this exact exercise just 3 times a week. The results, after only 12 weeks, were simply amazing. They saw an average of a 31% increase in their upper body strength, and they gained an average of 2.3 pounds of solid, lean muscle. They were literally reversing the aging process in their muscles. What's truly fascinating is that this isn't some newfangled fitness trend. The Hunza people, a community in the mountains of Pakistan known for their incredible longevity and vitality, discovered this by accident centuries ago. While building stone walls, workers would naturally lean against them to rest. They soon realized that pushing themselves away from the wall repeatedly made them feel stronger. It became a part of their daily ritual, a secret to strength passed down through generations. To this day, you can see Hunza elders, well into their 80s and 90s, performing this simple movement with grace and power. So, let me show you exactly how to do it safely. Stand facing a sturdy wall, about an arm's length away. Place your palms flat against the wall, right about at shoulder height, with your fingers pointing toward the ceiling. Now, the most important part is to keep your body in a straight line, like a plank, from your head to your heels. Don't let your back sag or your hips stick out. Slowly, with control, bend your elbows and lower your body toward the wall until your nose is almost touching it. Breathe in as you go down. Then, press firmly into your palms and push yourself back to the starting position. Breathe out as you push away. That is 1 repetition. I want you to begin with a goal of 3 sets, with 8 to 10 repetitions in each set. Rest for about a minute between each one. A perfect schedule is to do this on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This simple act, this intentional movement, is one of the most powerful things you can do for your upper body and your independence. Exercise number 2. The chair squat. If weak arms can make daily tasks difficult, weak legs can take away your freedom. A weak lower body is the #1 predictor of losing your independence. It's the reason why getting up from a favorite armchair, climbing a flight of stairs, or even getting off the toilet can become a monumental, and sometimes frightening, task. When you walk, your leg muscles are working, but they aren't being truly challenged. Your quadriceps, those big muscles on the front of your thighs, are only firing at about 25%. And your glutes, the largest and most powerful muscle group in your entire body, are barely engaged at all. The chair squat changes everything. This single movement forces your quadriceps to activate at 75% capacity and your glutes at a massive 80%. But here's the real magic. Because you're using such large muscle groups, this exercise triggers your body to release its own natural, powerful muscle-building hormones, including growth hormone. Yes, even as we get older, our bodies still have this incredible capability, but we have to give them the right signal to unlock it. The chair squat is that signal. Let me ask you, do you ever find yourself needing to use your hands to push yourself up and out of a chair? Do your knees protest with aches and pops when you have to climb stairs? These are not just signs of getting older. They are symptoms of weakening leg muscles, and it is a problem we can and must fix. This is the single most important functional exercise you can do because it perfectly mimics the movement you need to live your life with dignity and strength every single day. The science on this is incredibly clear. A remarkable study from the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health followed seniors who performed chair squats regularly. The results were extraordinary. They gained an average of 3.7 pounds of lean, powerful muscle in their legs. Their balance improved dramatically. And most importantly, their risk of suffering a dangerous fall was cut in half. Just imagine that, cutting your risk of a life-altering fall by 50% with one simple exercise. And just like the wall push-up, this isn't a new idea. There's a village in the Bama region of China, another place famous for its centenarians. Legend tells of a great flood centuries ago that forced the villagers to repeatedly lower themselves onto high platforms to escape the rising water. 4 days, they were constantly sitting and standing. After the flood receded, the elders noticed something incredible. Their legs felt stronger than they had in years. The chronic pains had vanished. This movement became a part of their culture, a daily ritual to maintain what they called legs as strong as bamboo. So let's build those strong legs right now. Find a strong, sturdy chair, one that absolutely will not slide. Stand in front of it with your feet about shoulder width apart. For balance, extend your arms straight out in front of you. Now, here's the key. Begin the movement by pushing your hips backward first, as if you're reaching for the chair behind you. Let your knees bend naturally, and lower yourself with control. The goal is to let your bottom just barely graze the surface of the chair, the lightest touch possible. And then, immediately drive through your heels and stand back up. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Keep your chest lifted and your eyes looking straight ahead the entire time. Your goal should be 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. And please, listen to your body. If you need to actually sit down for a second between each repetition when you first start, that is perfectly fine. The strength will come. Because your leg muscles are so large and recover quickly, I recommend doing this 4 times per week. Maybe on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. This is how you reclaim your foundation. This is how you stay on your own 2 feet for life. If you are ready to try these 2 powerful exercises to reclaim your strength, please take a moment to comment with the word strength below. It's a promise to yourself, and it lets me know that you are ready to take back control. Alright, now that we know what to do, it is just as important to know what not to do. Let's move on to the 3 dangerous exercises you must avoid. Dangerous exercise number 1. Sit-ups and crunches. For decades, we've been told that the sit-up is the gold standard for a strong core and a flat belly. It's probably the most recommended exercise on the planet. But I'm here to tell you, for anyone over the age of 60, this exercise is an absolute nightmare for your spine. Every single time you curl your torso forward in that classic crunching motion, you are placing tremendous compressive force on the fragile discs in your lower back. Think of it like bending a credit card back and forth, over and over again. Eventually, it's going to weaken and break. As we age, the jelly-like cushioning between our vertebrae naturally loses some of its water content and resilience. It simply cannot handle the repetitive pressure that a younger spine can. This is why so many older adults who do sit-ups end up with chronic lower back pain, or even worse, a herniated disc that can cause debilitating sciatic pain shooting down their leg. I had a wonderful patient named Carol, 73 years old. She was determined to stay in shape and had been doing 40 sit-ups every morning, religiously, for nearly a year because her doctor had mentioned she should strengthen her core. She came to me in tears, not because her belly was still there, but because the pain in her lower back had become so severe that some mornings she couldn't get out of bed without her husband's help. The pain radiated all the way down her leg. We stopped the sit-ups immediately, and within a few short months of replacing them with safer core-stabilizing exercises, her pain was completely gone. She had been unknowingly damaging her back every single morning, thinking she was doing something healthy. If you are currently doing sit-ups or crunches, I implore you, please stop. Please. Stop today. There are far better and safer ways to build the core strength you truly need. Dangerous exercise number 2. The behind-the-neck shoulder press. You'll see this one in old-school workout books and sometimes even being taught by trainers in gyms. It's a movement where you press a weight, like a barbell or dumbbells, up from behind your head. It's been a staple of bodybuilding for a long time. But here's the brutal truth. This movement forces your shoulder joint into one of the most unnatural and vulnerable positions imaginable. Your shoulder is a magnificent ball and socket joint, but it was not designed to handle a heavy load in that extreme, externally rotated position. For a senior shoulder, which has already endured decades of wear and tear, this exercise is like playing Russian roulette with your rotator cuff. The rotator cuff is a group of small, delicate tendons that keep your shoulder stable. Tearing one of these tendons is an incredibly painful injury, and it is notoriously difficult to heal as we get older. A rotator cuff tear doesn't just mean you can't exercise. It means you can't lift your arm to brush your hair. It means you can't reach into a high cabinet. It steals your ability to do the simplest daily tasks. I'll never forget another patient, a gentleman named Robert, who was 68. He joined a local gym, full of motivation. A young trainer, half his age, had him doing behind-the-neck presses. Robert told me he felt a pinching discomfort from the very first month, but his trainer told him it was normal, just his muscles getting used to it. So Robert pushed through the pain. By month 9, He couldn't even lift his arm high enough to put on a shirt. An MRI confirmed he had a severe tear in his rotator cuff. It took him nearly 2 years of painful physical therapy to regain most of his function. 2 years of his life were stolen by one single, terrible exercise. Please, get this movement out of your vocabulary forever. Always press weights in front of your body, where your shoulder is in a much safer and stronger position. Dangerous exercise number 3. The deep knee extension machine. This one might be the most deceptive of all. You walk into any commercial gym, and you see it. The leg extension machine. It looks so simple, so safe. You just sit down, hook your ankles under a pad, and straighten your legs against resistance. It definitely makes the muscles on the front of your thighs burn. But what you cannot feel is the tremendous, damaging force it is putting directly on your knee joint. Here's why it's so bad. When you perform that movement, it creates something called a shearing force across the knee. It's trying to pull your lower leg bone forward, away from your upper leg bone, putting all of that stress directly on your ACL and on the delicate cartilage underneath your kneecap. The cruel irony is that this machine, often used by people trying to strengthen their legs to help with knee pain, is one of the fastest ways to wear down your knee cartilage and make arthritis worse. Most people don't know this, but that machine was originally designed for very specific post-surgery rehabilitation protocols to be used with very light weights under the direct supervision of a physical therapist. It was never intended for general strength training, especially not for people with aging joints. It isolates the quadriceps in a way that is completely unnatural and non-functional. You never ever use that muscle in that way in real life. Your body is designed for your leg muscles to work together in coordinated movements, like in the chair squat we just learned. The chair squat protects your knees by sharing the load between your hips, your glutes, and your quads. The leg extension machine does the exact opposite. It places the entire load on a vulnerable knee joint. So the next time you're in a gym or a physical therapy clinic, I want you to walk right past that machine and never look back. Your knees will thank you for it for years to come. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to bring us back to the story I shared at the beginning. Do you remember John, the gentleman I mentioned? The proud, retired engineer who fell while playing with his granddaughter and couldn't get back up on his own. That moment of helplessness shook him to his core. Well, today, John can get down on the floor and stand right back up to play with his grandchildren. With ease. He traded his 5 miles of daily walking for just 15 minutes of purposeful, intelligent exercise each day. He didn't just get his strength back. He got his confidence back. He got a piece of his life back. The message I hope you take away today is beautifully simple. True strength, the kind that keeps you independent in your golden years, doesn't come from training harder. It comes from training smarter. It comes from knowing what to do, and just as importantly, what not to do. And please, always remember that these powerful exercises are just one part of the equation. They are the 20%. The other 80%. The foundation of it all comes from the food you use to fuel your body and rebuild those precious muscles. Knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. So now, I have one very important question for you. What is the one commitment you are making to yourself, starting this week, after watching this video? It could be as simple as, I will try the chair squat 3 times this week. Or perhaps, I will stop doing sit-ups, starting tomorrow. Please, share your personal promise in the comments below. Writing it down makes it real. And reading what others are committing to, well, that's how we inspire each other to take that first, crucial step. And if you'd like a clear roadmap for that essential 80% of the equation, I've put a link to my complete high-protein meal plan, designed specifically for seniors, right in the description for you. If you found real value and a sense of hope in our time together today, please show your support by giving this video a like. And to ensure you continue on this journey with us, and never miss another video full of life-changing wisdom, hit that subscribe button. It's more than just a click, it's your way of joining our community. A community of friends dedicated to aging with strength and dignity. And be sure to tap the notification